Daniel is 24 years old. He is the nice guy of every friend group, the dependable one, the one who answers calls at 2 a.m., the one who helps people move apartments, the one who lends money and says, "Pay me back whenever." Everybody says they love Daniel, but nobody respects him. Not really. At hangouts, Daniel is always included, but never prioritized. If there are 6 seats in the car, Daniel somehow ends up squeezed in the middle. If dinner plans change, nobody bothers informing him. If someone needs help editing a CV, borrowing money, or getting picked up from the airport, Daniel's phone rings immediately. But when Daniel needs something, silence. Daniel notices it slowly, not in one dramatic moment, in patterns. One night, the group goes out for a birthday dinner. Daniel arrives early. Nobody else does. 30 minutes later, everyone walks in laughing together. They had all met somewhere else first. Nobody invited him, nobody even realized they forgot. One of his friends notices his expression and laughs. "Bro, don't be sensitive." Sensitive. Interesting word. People use it when they want your feelings to inconvenience them less. Daniel smiles anyway, because Daniel always smiles anyway. A year passes. Daniel's 25 now. Same job, same apartment, same friends. But something inside him changes. Not anger, awareness. He stops saying yes immediately, stops over-explaining, stops chasing people who give him half-effort relationships. And for the first time in his life, he starts putting energy into himself. He starts going to the gym before work. He starts dressing better. He reads more, learns sales online, builds a freelance business after work. Quietly, no announcements, no motivational quotes, no podcasts playing loudly in cafes, just work. At first, nobody notices. Then suddenly, everybody does. Daniel loses weight, gets sharper, more confident. He speaks slower now. People start listening longer. One friend who used to interrupt him constantly now says, "Wait, let Daniel finish." Funny how confidence changes the volume of your voice without you speaking louder. At 27, Daniel buys his first luxury watch. Nothing crazy, just expensive enough that successful people notice it immediately. And suddenly people start asking different questions. What do you do now? How much are freelancers making these days? Bro, you've changed. Yes, he has, but not in the way they think. Daniel didn't become colder. He became less available to people who only valued him when he was useful. There's a difference. One night, an old friend calls him, the same friend who disappeared for months at a time. "Bro, I need a favor." "Of course." Daniel almost laughs. Because some people only remember your existence when life becomes heavy for them. The conversation lasts 45 minutes. The friend talks for 43 of them. At the end, he says, "We should catch up properly soon." Daniel knows they won't. Because people say we should when they want credit for intentions they never plan to act on. Daniel hangs up and sits quietly in his apartment. He thinks about who he used to be. The version of himself that believed being needed was the same thing as being valued. It isn't. A lot of people will use your kindness as long as you offer it without boundaries. That does not make them evil, it makes them comfortable. And comfort can make good people selfish without realizing it. At 29, Daniel's business explodes. Not influencer rich, not private jet rich, but successful enough that people introduce him differently now. This is my friend Daniel. He's doing really well for himself. Interesting? Before success, he was just Daniel. Now he's doing really well. People attach respect to visible results. That's how the world works. His old friends suddenly become more attentive. They reply faster, invite him more, compliment him more. Some of it is genuine, some of it is opportunistic, and adulthood is learning to tell the difference without becoming bitter. Because bitterness is expensive. It costs peace. Daniel still helps people, but differently now. He no longer sets himself on fire to keep others warm. That lesson took him years to learn. Here's what Daniel understands now. If you spend your whole life proving your value to people, you will become exhausted. Because the people who truly value you rarely require proof in the first place. The real flex in life is not becoming rich. It's becoming someone who can say no without guilt. Someone who can walk away without needing applause. Someone who understands that loyalty without self-respect becomes self-destruction. Daniel used to think he was invisible. Now he realizes something deeper. People saw him. They just saw him as endlessly available, and the moment he valued his own time, other people started valuing it too. That's the strange thing about human nature. Sometimes people treat you exactly how you teach them to. So, if you are the person everyone calls, but nobody checks on, if you are the person always giving, always helping, always understanding, ask yourself one question. Who pours back into you? Because a heart that gives everything away eventually has nothing left for itself, and no amount of loyalty is worth losing yourself. Go build your life quietly.